Welcome to Storied Audio. I didn't plan on almost drowning that day. The water looked calm from the sand. I swam out farther than I should have until the current changed its mind about letting me go. Suddenly the waves weren't beautiful anymore. They were heavy, relentless. No matter how hard I kicked, I wasn't moving closer to shore. I remember thinking, this is how it ends, alone, after all these years of pretending I wasn't. I screamed for help, my throat burning, my arms already shaking. Then I saw him. He cut through the water, determined and focused, not hesitating. When he reached me, his voice was calm, grounding. "I've got you. Just hold on." I did. I don't remember much else. Just the strain of the swim back, the feel of his arm keeping me steady, the overwhelming relief when my feet finally touched sand. I collapsed on the shore, coughing. When I could finally breathe, I looked at him properly. And my heart dropped. "Evan," I said. "Evan Mercer?" He looked surprised that I knew his name. High school memories rushed in uninvited. Hallways laughter, my friends whispering and giggling while he stood awkwardly nearby. I had laughed too. I had chosen ease over kindness. I had never thought about how that might stay with someone. "I'm Claire Whitman," I said, even though I knew he remembered. "I owe you an apology," I told him, my voice shaking. "For who I was. For how I treated you." He didn't look angry. That almost hurt more. "It was a long time ago," he said gently. "You're okay. That's what matters." No one had ever given me grace like that. I bought him lunch at a little place on the beach. We talked the way adults do when they've lost enough to know what matters. I told him about college, about friendships that faded, about how lonely life can feel even when it looks full. He told me about starting his own business, about building something quietly, steadily. I realized how wrong I had been about him, and how wrong I'd been about myself back then. When we stood to leave, I asked for his number. He smiled and said yes. We stayed in touch. Messages turned into dinners and long walks where silence felt safe instead of awkward. We talked honestly about regret and the people we used to be. I apologized again one night, the weight of it still heavy in my chest. He stopped me, took my face in his hands, and kissed me. "That was then," he said. "This is now." Our relationship didn't rush. It didn't pretend. It was real, built on truth, on choosing each other, on understanding that people can change if they're willing to see themselves clearly. Sometimes I think about that girl I was in high school and wish I could tell her who she'd almost missed. And sometimes I stand on the beach beside Evan, the waves rolling in like a quiet promise, and I know this. I didn't just survive that day. I was saved by the one person I never really saw until it mattered most. Subscribe for more audio stories.